We're back again, Academy, as we hop right into this battle. We're revamping. We didn't really revamp. We did kind of, but I didn't really put that much thought into the revamps. We just changed a few bonds to update for the things that weren't there. But these are home teams. I mean, the teams that were built pre-home for the Academy team building series we did. And so yeah, we're gonna hop right into it. Iron Hands is looking both trash and solid at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? Trash and solid at the same damn time. Dragapult's a menace of annoyingness. Something super underrated is Lilligant Isui, and you'll see why if it does something in this game. It's just hard not to because it's so freaking good. Slowbro is excellent for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members. Really, Goldengo is the only nuisance. If minus Chomp, minus Sneasler, so many options here, honestly. I think value-wise, I get the most out of Pult. I get the burn to Tinglu immediately. How valuable is that to me, though? Versus how important Slowbro is. I actually do think I didn't expect him to Tinglu start. So we're gonna burn this immediately. Very likely that he's just going to go for Stealth Rocks or whatever hazard he so chooses. It does matter. It does matter. But I can't really stop the Tinglu because I can't one-shot it. And if I Lilliganted, I suppose I could have put in some work. And one of the amazing things about Lilligant is because I'm Terra Ghost, you know, things like Zamazenta from a walling standpoint depend so heavily on its body pressing, all right? It's iron defensing, and so when that's taken out of the equation, it's a very different ball game. Now, another beautiful thing about it is that Dragapult in and of itself is an issue, right? So if the opponent feels like, oh, you know, I'm Kingpin, I don't care, because he's not, like, everything on his team resists rocks, right? And so we have to pay attention to things like those whenever we're going into battle. Something I see far too often is that this mindless, like, okay, I'm just gonna go for rocks. We didn't really assess what the point of the rocks are, right? I could apply pressure in 2 ways. So I'm a Corviknight pressure. I didn't expect, did not expect U-turn here is value no matter what. If you assume I'm just gonna defog, I don't want Goldengo coming in his choice scarfed. But if what he did there, if I assumed, okay, if he's just going to go for, okay, so he, alright, so hard chomps like second time, which implies this definitely flamethrower chomp or fire blast chomp or whatever those kids are using these days. If rock, so be it, because Slowbro doesn't go down to 1 Draco Meteor. Dragon Tails, so it's defensive chomp. Very interesting. The reason I say that is because generally these sets have spikes and rocks and things of that nature, but I'm guessing this is, so there's a Goldengo finally. I gotta be wary of a trick. I know it, but Tinglu is like literally the least useful Pokemon. If he were to trick this away, I'd know his item. I want him to Terra something. I just don't know how to force the Terra. Obviously he's not gonna Shadow Ball here, but risk versus reward. You know, my Hariyama, or I should say my Iron Hands, upon Terra Warding is actually very problematic for him to kill. So if push come to shove, I can activate that Terra. Ideally you want a Terra Ghost, but we can activate that, so likely a trick's coming out. So he does go for Make It Rain. Oh yeah, it's Slowbro. I'm surprised he did that, considering now this forces him, if he's gonna let just probably Tinglu, honestly, but it allows me to trade for rocks, which I don't think he wants, and now I'm gonna have a lot more control over the narrative, because, well, I could I could Corviknight as he spikes, force him to go Goldengo, but it's actually more beneficial. Is it more beneficial to do it that way? Actually, it's actually more beneficial to, he actually ruinations me back. I was saying it's actually more beneficial. His Tinglu, his is burnt and mine isn't, so I have the edge, and mine is near impossible to one shot after the. I mean, it can go to given what I have, was what I'm saying. Like the things that could one-shot me back aren't that great, right? So the Tinglu is essentially dead. And as I said, Dragapult is a real issue, like a very big problem. So I'm assuming that the Goldengo is Scarf as well. Like Dragapult is a very big problem. Look at his team. If I was just traditional specs, it would be a KO or 2-hit KO every turn. But even the set that I happen to be is an issue. And now I can force the hand with terms of Goldengo. Again, if it's Scarfed, right? I can force his hand and let him do my bidding. I thought about putting spikes on this. So which means if this is Ruination, it has Whirlwind as its, it has Earthquake as last move, which implies that the Garchomp isn't spikes. It could still be. I've seen teams that just have like a bunch of spikes. Zamazenta is crazy for a lot of reasons. One, you got to body press directly because you don't want me to just whirlwind you away, but it also allows my Slowbro to come in for free. Crunching there is wild. Right, crunching there is a wild play. But he also gives up your defense boost, you know? So for what? In exchange for what? I guess he can get a potential other spike. But as I said, I'm controlling the narrative at this point. Now the spikes do matter. I just need a little bit of chip on his Garchomp. Because really what's going to thwart my plan is a Terra on something that my Lilligant would have been able to kill. And then it forces me out. Right? Or revenge kills me. So let's say, for example, I was going to one-shot his Goldengo with Terra Blast Ghost. So then he chooses to stay in. Okay. So likely Tinglu coming in. I could Ice Beam directly. I'm very tempted to, because Crunch is not a 2-hit KO from here. Because I don't want him to. But why wouldn't you Crunch again then go Tinglu? Well, so be it. So be it. I don't think he's using it this turn. If he does, he does. Because all he's going to do is go Goldengo on the Future Sight turn. Or Tinglu on the Future Sight turn. But another great thing about this is that he has to give up the Zamazenta's defense boost. Right? And so because of that, so he did go Tinglu that turn. Because he wants to die on the turn of Future Sight and get a turn. So I'm not going to show him that I have Ice Beam. I'll just show him Body Press. Because I want his Garchomp to feel baited and lured. Goldengo is an issue, but so be it, you know. Gotta go for that Shadow Ball here. If he tricks, blessed. But very likely just Shadow Ball here. I don't think risk versus reward he has. So his Nasty Plot. This is the second time I've seen this where the opponent was trying to bluff. So that's good data. Likely, is this Terra Flying or something? Make it rain. Knocks me out. That's good to know though. Nasty Plot. He's forced my hand. See what I did there. But Swordsdance is my best possible play because Chomp's likely the rare set. I can't really do anything about this, but this is the one thing is that I am glad I can knock this out with Ice Punch. I'm probably gonna die with the Earthquake plus what's it called, combination. Earthquake plus Ice Punch, Recoil, Rocky Helmet, all that fun stuff. I don't die. Actually, so I have a dead fodder. Still in a really bad spot versus the Goldie. Now, one big thing I have going for me is that the Pult can solo his team. By itself, as well as Slowbro if I kill the Goldengo. But I have to get rid of the spikes. So what I want to do here, and this is going to seem like a wild play. What I actually want to do here is go Corviknight, bait him to Nasty Plot. What terrors would these even run? But I suppose if I go hard Lilligant now. If I go hard Lilligant, it implies that I have something to touch him with. Right now, my Corviknight Knight is still good in and of itself, but it doesn't have Brave Bird. It's not Iron Defense, so I know he's gonna nasty plot here because he sees the Corviknight Knight. He's like, "What is this guy thinking?" Right? And then I'm gonna go Lilligant here. This should force a Terra or lure him to stay in. I just don't know what Terras they run. Flying, okay, so that's good to know. But he should be in range of. He might not be in range of darts actually. If he's not, he wins the game. If darts can't do 38%, so be it, Polt. But Polt is king. And at this point, again, Slowbro is really good. Okay, it does kill. All right, bet. So that worked in the way I expected. But I did not consider Nasty Plot Goldengo, which is interesting because that used to be the standard set. But just on how he played, I was like, okay, there's no way that's what he is. Now, I have the opportunity to defog here, which is big, and Slowbro is very hard to force out. So, what I'm gonna end up doing, is it worth getting Will-O-Wisp damage? Is it worth taking damage? I'm thinking about this. There's no double he can make since he's used his Terra, so I can Future Sight here without consequence. Honestly, it's very difficult to force out my Slowbro. Right, one would assume Dire Claw spam. If he were to CC this turn, so be it. I can't have him Dire Clawing my Slowbro, and there's nothing he can go into that can force me to. So he's gonna get to Future Sight here. I mean, he's gonna get to unless this can't be banded. He's gonna DD, but he has to get that Future Sight damage, which allows for me to go to Slowbro and Ice Beam spam. And so this is just a phenomenal position, honestly, because he doesn't know I have Ice Beam. I've never revealed it, so I knew he wasn't gonna fear it. And that's really at this point with Polt and what's his face left. And if he CCs here and somehow knocks me out, Corviknight Knight is the weakest link. Then I have Dragapult to go and sub, and then that's just it, honestly. So U-turns as he should, as we're gonna U-turn back, go to Polt. Yeah, we're gonna go to Polt and Will-O-Wisp because that's the body press is inconsequential. If I land the Wisp, then Slowbro never loses. Whereas if, depending on how the Future Sight plays out, because this thing is so bulky, you know, Ice Beam is not gonna break the sub, and he can start what's it calling? He can start subbing and body pressing and things to the point where he can have me, you know. So we're gonna Will-O-Wisp here. This is, I need to land this. Come on, Draggy. Wait, this shit is naturally faster than Polt. Oh, this is an old ass Polt, right? I need to change the fucking set. Now, what's interesting, maybe not, we'll see. I was gonna say what's interesting is that might be the reason I killed the Goldengo. What's my item? No, it's mild. As I said, this was made before I don't think the ones that they run these days have that much attack. Okay. So Sneasler comes in. Again, I'm putting the Sneasler in a position. If it CCs, then Pulse gets the sub and it's a wrap. It does CC. I guess it doesn't have to be a choice now, does it? Doesn't have to be choiced. Because that CC did nothing. So unless he's choice scarfed, well, I suppose all I'd have to no, it's better to keep the Corviknight. It's better to keep the Corviknight. If he's not choice, he's gonna switch up moves here to try to catch my Dragapult, because this would be the opportunity to get the Dragapult. And if he is choice, then he's gonna switch out. But now that the Zamba is burned, yeah, I didn't think I was playing the whole time with the low. So CC's again. Future Sight here. So he is, and he gets the fucking crit and para, but Para is probably the best status I could have gotten, truth be told. So Corviknight here, now that I'm para, there's nothing to fear because he has to U-turn. Then I go back to Slowbro on Zama. He can't go Sneasler this turn, and he gets crushed by the Future Sight. Yeah, I just set up another one. I get para there, which sucks, but which means he's gonna get to hang around one more to actually slack off is best here, just to avoid any. There's literally no downside to slacking off this turn. If he U-turns out into Zenta, I can Ice Beam the next turn. I don't even have to rush the Future Sight, just so I can time it right. Because Sneasler is trying to switch back and forth, but the moment one of these dies, then Sneasler dies to Dragapult. Now that I know it's not choice, so it's probably one of those boots things, you know. The pads situation. So again, likely to U-turn here. I actually think he'd CC, just based on the fact that I always go Corviknight. But again, very low risk for me. Corviknight can't die to Crunch. If he goes back to Sneasler, I go back to Slowbro. So I guess I'm saying Paralysis is the best I could get when I forgot who I was. Forgot who I was for a moment. The upside is that the moves he's going for are doing about regen 30%, yeah. So little to no downside. Yeah, Zama, even if it were to body press, I doubt would knock out my Corviknight, and I can reposition into Slowbro. So we Future Sight here. But yeah, the Goldengo moment was the big one, man. See Dire Claws. I get the side off, which pretty much is all I needed at this point. You know, we slack off here. We get it off, yeah. So it's a wrap because he's just gonna go back to Zenta. Get actually, you should have slacked off that turn. It doesn't end up mattering at this point though. I do end up getting fully parried, but none of that matters now because I just repeatedly go Corviknight, let him get a defense drop, then I go my Dragapult and Dragon Darts him. And Darts is gonna kill after a defense drop, and me going Corviknight means he has to CC, you know. So in fact, I'm gonna go just to ensure the win. Dire Claws again. Okay. Just body press then. Finally CCs. We go Slowbro, slack off. Again, Dragapult outspeeds and kills every time. There's the Future Sight, so there's no more future for this Sneasler. Yeah, it's over now. Goodbye. Darts would have killed. But the likelihood, if I thought about it, I was like, from a likelihood standpoint, you know, because I'd played a game with this team before. From a likelihood standpoint, you know, me getting fully parried that many times in a row versus Darts not killing, I guess it wouldn't have made a difference. But at the very least, if I go Slowbro first, I have a regen turn if shit's kidding the fan. Whereas if I go Pult first and randomly don't kill him, I mean, I don't know how I would knock him out with Darts at -1, but anyway, Goldengo is an issue potentially, right? If it's plot, so I gotta assume plot. I mean, that is the more common set, Jam. Lilligant is really good, but I want to have to Terror Ghost to knock out Goldengo, and also Valiant with the booster, so I'd need the Victory Dance twice, which is very unlikely. So that being said, Iron Hands is really fucking problematic. I might be able to force the Valiant in. So if he mindless Samurats like every other chump, then, because the beauty of mindless Samurott is that if you ceaseless edge like he is doing, you give up the Samurott for spikes. And Drain Punch is fine. But then what? You know what I'm saying? He gets a defense drop with the Razor Shell, but I'm pretty sure that's a physical Val. Him getting the defense drop sucks, because I'm like, are you so good that you just see, you go, but I do bait his Valiant out, which is what I wanted. Because now I can deal with the speed boost. So it is special. I don't have Brave Bird, right? Shoot. That's okay though. We're gonna U-turn here because he's gonna go like, okay. So now I've dealt with the damn. I've dealt with the fucking. You know what I'm talking about. But I dealt with that, and so that's big. So now Iron Hands is a menace, absolute menace. Tinglu is solid. Rocks matter for my win con. Any kind of sashers. I did figure backs would come in eventually, but so Swords Dance is. It's funny how I was gonna whirl in there. I don't have this Corviknight on this one. I need to be careful around this. Assume maybe Glaive Rush, which would mean Body Press does twice as much. Holy fucking shit. Sheesh. Which means that if this is Glaive Rush, then it's probably Glaive Rush, Ice Shard, Earthquake. But that did a lot to me, honestly. So one would assume EQ. Do I care about Slowbro versus Corviknight? Because the Slowbro isn't that necessary, honestly. I'm gonna stay in and just Body Press again. From a value standpoint, I can't. The thing is, Corvi probably eats 2 Glaive Rushes and an Ice Shard, so I wouldn't even have to lose Slowbro. But if it doesn't, I'll have to Terra this, which I don't want to do. I'll actually Ice Beam. Icicle Spears. Okay, blessed. I'm actually glad that he speared there. Which, meaning, not even just because I live, but I'm more glad I did not go Corviknight because I didn't think he had Icicle Spear. I've never seen Spear on Swords Dance. And so there's so many different sets that are possible that you just wanna be careful out here in these streets, man. Hey man, gotta be careful out in these streets, man. It's an interesting turn because you know, obviously you try to risk the water stab because you want to get that boost, and I can't let him just get a free boost. I do have Terra Water Iron Hands if push comes to shove, and I probably survive. I just don't think I survive 2 Hydros. So I'll do is a hard Tinglu. If push comes to shove, I can Terra this. Don't want to Surf. So it is Life Orb and Surf. Yeah, we gotta go pull here. He Dark Pulses. That was super high risk. Super high risk. I never thought he Dark Pulse there. Super high risk, right? Because if Tinglu just stays in there, you're fucked. Because I could have other methods to kill you potentially. But a 1600 guy, like I don't think he's thinking about risk versus reward necessarily. Not to put him down kind of way, but it's just kind of one of those things you come to, a pattern you come to see. The issue is that the fucking Goldengo, this balloon though, man, was that worth it for me? I just realized the Goldengo was balloon, honestly. I thought it was scarfed. Or potential, I still had the potential. I don't remember breaking his balloon. What did I use on it? U-turn, right? Should have paid attention to that. Not because I can't kill the Gren, but I need to make sure that I can beat the Goldengo later, right? That's really important. Or that I can beat the Valiant later. So I think I may have shot myself upon the foot, but we'll see. Because I get to Terra Water, which is still quite good. That's a good Terra type to have. He crit me with the fucking Surf, which is why I don't have more health, which is very important. Very big deal. I'm glad he goes Goldengo. I would not have gone Goldengo, especially because you don't know if I hope I get a fucking full power, especially because then you don't even make it rain. You don't even make it rain, buddy, because you don't know if I have EQ. So this is actually wonderful. Wonderful, because now it gives me a shot with my Lilligant. Very slim shot, but a shot nonetheless. Especially if I can eat this, make it rain. Depending on what his Goldengo is. If Thunder Punch did 42, I don't think he's a bulky Goldengo. I don't have a ton of attack investment, but Iron Hands is strong as shit. But yeah, the crit Gleam. What the fuck? I lost now. That's what I meant with the Goldengo Dazzling Gleam. That means he probably doesn't have. Well, you know when you need some Brave Bird, you're like, man, if I had Brave Bird right now, that's how I feel right now. I need some fucking something. So yeah, I can't win because the Valiant's too big of an issue. That's not true. It is true. I mean, I'll U-turn to get some damage. Yeah, I fucked this one up by the Greninja turn. The risk versus reward wasn't worth Dragapult. Right, and that's why I have to consider risk versus reward. Because he took the risk and got the payoff. Now, as you saw, Iron Hands was always going to be able to come in and tank. But as you also saw, I got that crit on the Iron Hands, so it made things a bit trickier than I expected. So the only out I see is a crit Leaf Blade or something like that. I needed the Terra. So if I didn't get crit on Iron Hands, the Goldengo couldn't 2-hit KO me, which means he'd have to go to something else first. But as I said, my play on the Grin was what caused all of this. I could have played a different way where the Grin wouldn't have gotten the kill. And what's crazy about because greed, right? If I just Terra'd my Tinglu, I would have phased out the Grin, which was the big deal to begin with. Like, that's why I Terra'd. So let me see if by some miracle I get him to make it rain. But yeah, since I haven't Terra'd yet, I haven't. But yeah, that was my game to lose. And Goldengo is as I said, is a really big issue, nasty plot, because I only have one solid thing to switch in on it. I could attempt for I don't know, and it'd be the 1600 guys that'd be the worst as far as giving me trouble. There's nothing I can do to win because Valiant would just come in and Moonblast, and there's nothing I can do to stop that. So the 1600 guys give me the most trouble because they don't understand risk versus reward, so it's harder to read. But Gren is also a big issue for me, so Gren and Goldengo. So I'm like, okay, well, I gotta make note of that before I go into the battle, because I did not respect Gren there, and that's my fault. So allowing him to get up, I could have stopped the hazards more. I don't remember how he forced out my Hariyama. Oh yeah, it was Valiant. So what I could have done instead, you know what I could have done instead? Given what he had? I could have boosted twice, Drain Punch the Samurott down as I was on Terra, and then Terra watered my Iron Hands and one shot the Valiant. Yeah, there were better plays there. All that was my fault. So we'll take it into the. So I'm glad I'm facing another Goldengo. This time I'm likely gonna just wash my opponent the fuck up. Now that I realize the Goldengo weakness, nothing else on this team scares me for the most part, and I'm learning a bit more about how people play when it comes to particularly versus Tinglu. Like, it's as if there is no respect whatsoever with their Tinglus as well. I say that because they tend to just lead Tinglu, right? And it's strange, very strange to me, very strange behavior. I'll victory dance. I know Zapdos is coming in, but it's fairly low risk for me. Because it may force him to Terra because he's fearing the Ice Spinner one shot. Yeah, okay. So he doesn't fear it. This is a little annoying. Bax is a nuisance enough of a Pokemon to where it's worth. And now that I know he has Thunder Wave, I have to be even more careful with the Hisuian Lil. So I can't just sweep him turn 1 type shit. You know. Tusk. Iron Hand is one of them pesky mines that could technically sweep. And I'm not seeing Trick Goldies, so I'm going to assume that that's just not the more common of the two. I remember the last time I played, there were a ton of Trick Goldies, right? I also have Dragapult that's looking handsome. Very surprised by Tusk. So Lou, that's a fucking lame ass freeze. I don't need any fucking luck, you know? So it's gonna put him in a really annoying spot because I get to Victory Dance here, and if he stays frozen, he's fucked. He thaws though, so he gets nothing out of it. I'm glad that happened because, like I said, I don't need the luck. He has spikes too, which puts me in a bad spot, but you know, we'll make do. I guess that it puts me in a really bad spot because my team is so spike weak. If he didn't get frozen, I wouldn't have gone the route I did. If he didn't thaw that particular turn, I think he lost. Because I Victory Dance the turn the future side comes out, which stops his this turn, right? So he'd either have to go hard Zapdos or give me Tinglu, both of which would have been great. So I'm debating what I want to do here, because he whirlwinded. Okay, let me see what I get. Iron Hands is good. I like Iron Hands a lot. You can't go. Oh, he's fucking Terra Ghost. That's good to know. Okay. Doesn't fear defog. Good to know. Good to know. So he's Terra Ghost is a bitch. Terra Ghost is a bitch. Doesn't mean he can't tear anything else. Terra Ghost is definitely a bitch. Why do you go Zapdos? What? I think this guy knows who I am. The way he's playing makes no sense unless you know who you're playing, and you know that I tend to not run defog Corviknight. There's literally no reason not to go Goldengo there. Zapdos made no sense. So I'm trying to understand what's going on. Ruination is just no drawback. Covers for Tinglu. Covers for Tusk. Great. I might have just lost me the game. Not having any damage on the Tusk. Because Iron Hands is probably going to be... I mean, I can get rid of his Tinglu the way he plays. Let's Roost first. Because he keeps going Zapdos as if Zapdos is the fucking creator of the universe. So I know he has Volt Switch. Right. He doesn't think I have defog, which is good. Which is good. That's gonna be useful. That's good. Yeah. He didn't think I had defog. Now he's feeling mad foolish. Mad foolish. Particularly because my fucking Zapdos, my fucking Dragapult? Menace. Just an absolute menace. And he's getting to the point where, let me see, I need to be careful about my health on this. He's getting to the point where, no, I can Tinglu back. He's getting to the point from our, let me see, Slow bro. He's used stealth rocks, stealth rocks. Yeah. This is rock spin EQ. Okay, very well, because I know he has 2 rocks this turn. Positionally, I'm still in a better spot. Keeps going for stealth rocks. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. The reason I'm saying that is because let's just finally trick. It's because at any moment my poke can come in. But the way he's playing is as if it doesn't matter. And then he goes to, well, he went gold angle last time, so that implies that he's expecting. Bolt is too important though. I can't have Slowbro or Polt getting knocked off. Okay, this is useful data. Especially because he's already terrored. Excellent. I want Zapdos in. The para sucks. But this is useful data. I need him to Zapdos at a certain range, so when I quiver dance my Lilligant, it's over. Because a quiver dance is on his Tusk, and the way he's playing his Tusk is as if, like, again, it's the creator of the universe. So the plays he was making wouldn't be rational unless he assumes that he knew what Tinglu. Because my Iron Hands is also a really big problem for him. I don't think there's any way around the Tinglu shenanigans, especially because Polt's gonna have to eat him up. So, very well. Because the Tinglu really matters. I can't Hex kill him easily. So, time it right, get Polton at the right time, bloodbath. But also with my Lilligant, I think I can kill Zapdos from 59. I'm just not 100 on what type of set it is. And I am being a bit impatient with this game, which is why I was in a bad position to begin with. I'm not playing particularly well today. Like, there are a lot of holes in the I don't think I structured a proper game plan last game, which, you know, was a deserving loss because of that. I don't remember what happened the last game, but I know it wasn't. Oh yeah, when I knew it had something to do with Dragapult, the Greninja shit, right? So Tinglu's taking 24. He's gonna get all the hazards. I fucking misclick. No, fuck. Oh, that's a big ass misclick, man. God damn. Okay, shit. That's a big ass misclick. He's boots backs, which is useful info. Okay. Shit. Okay. I didn't get the damage on the Tinglu at all, which Tinglu probably would die to rocks. So Tusk, obvious. Galarian Slowbro is ideal. Because right now Lu is a problem. Matchup wise, Lu is an issue. And the Looster is an issue to kill. Lu plus Slowbro together, because he's already terrored. So I still have something going for me, but Lu's taking all this hazard damage, which is an issue. So he Sludge Bombs, which is his correct play. And now he has to give up. Actually, I'm gonna Whirlwind here. If I get his fucking Great Tusk, it would be blessed. What's my best player? Ruination. Whirlwind's the best play. Goldengo comes in. Is it Balloon? Goldengo is a crazy play there. For obvious reasons, I can just Earthquake. I could have just Earthquaked him. But okay. He went Goldengo. That's a wild decision. Absolutely insane decision. But as I said, the game could be over this turn. What do I want to do here? Because I want to be matched up versus Tusk with Lilligant. I mean, Golden Go is an insane play there. If I Earthquake straight up, you're fucked. The Great Tusk is obvious. He does not. Zapdos is coming in here. It's very well. Very well. It's super low risk for him. What do I want to do? I don't like my Tinglu matchup in terms of how I structured this team. I mean, Terra Ghost is crazy, but even then, like, I lack immediate firepower, which is a big flaw because I have to set up so much to get any damage done. So that's a lesson to learn from a team building standpoint. Usually I'd have Spexpult, which would just ravage a team like this. It's funny because he doesn't know that I'm not Spexpult, and if I am Spexpult, it's a bloodbath. But I think he's just letting the timer go down from a standpoint of him actually goes Tusk. Tusk is crazy. I'm gonna go for gold here. Enox, which doesn't bother me. Knock doesn't bother me. It's gonna come down to whether or not this fucking Zapdos dies to the Terra Blast, and if I hit my moves. If I do, I think the game's over. If I don't, it's not over. Simple as that. Because Hustle is a motherfucker strength-wise. I don't think Zapdos is taking less than 60. He stays in, which I think guarantees me the game. I think that was a bad play. I think now he's for sure lost. The backs could Ice Shard, but wait, what do you do? I don't think he will knock me out. Golden good to. I Terra here because we don't want. What we don't want is him, him to go Zapdos and get a static. But I'm +2, so I want to run the calc on backs because what he's gonna do is go to backs and try to get me to CC to drop my defense so Ice Shard can kill. But he could also try to hope for the Excalibur. It depends on his I'm gonna Terra Blast here. Ice Shard is straight up. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, Lilligant. Excuse me. Damn, cuz. Oh shit. That's 927 special attack. What the hell was I mean attack? What the fuck was I thinking? Bax was tanking that. But I would have doubled around. And I wouldn't have switched. I mean, I wouldn't have forfeited because I can miss. Now, it does mean that a lot of my other shit is a problem, but you know, he still has the great Tusk for Iron Hands. I don't know why he stayed in with the Tusk as if Lilligant isn't. Like, this shit is a fucking problem if you don't have the right matchup. I mean, it doesn't even matter the matchup. Like, if this thing has not Terra, this Terra Ghost set is nasty. But yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. As I said, it's strange because the 1600 guys give me the most trouble. But this guy gave me a lot of trouble as well. But the 1600 guys give me the most trouble. It's very hard to read them. But it's my job as a player to position myself in a way where it just won't come down to that. And I didn't do a good job of that this live, even in the ones I won, truth be told. So I might try this team again and just revamp it properly to where we have immediate firepower. I don't think the Wisp set Polt, it's nice, but it's that specs though, you know, especially with a team structure like this. And so I don't tend to use defog because you see it's very hard for me to hazard control. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you